Hello, welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, comment, rate, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We would love to hear your ratings of the movies and shows we review.
Email us your audio file to recappingpodcast@gmail.com and we will play it during the show.
Or DM us on Instagram and we will post and read it on air.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, Delora dear. How are you?
Hi, Ashley. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. How was we're just coming off of the Labor Day holiday weekend. What'd you get into? Anything fun?
Girl, no. With the house and everything, the biggest thing that went on this weekend was we purchased a power washer.
Okay.
And David power washed the enclosed patio and the concrete up front. Life-changing.
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. I was tempted when they came around my townhome community to have them power wash because they used to power wash our driveways and then they stopped. And I was like, do I want to pay? Do I not? But looking at the cleanliness of the sidewalks, I kind of regret my decision. Yeah. It looks so beautiful.
Peak adulting, right? Peak adulting.
Yes. and what I love is these are things you get excited about. Somebody's like, I'm going to get you a power wash for Christmas. A power wash, you say? Like, that's how you feel it.
I was ecstatic that we found one for $80. Mind you, we didn't get the real gas powered one. We have like an electrical one. And it does what it needs to do. Okay.
Exactly.
For $80, I'm here for it.
Exactly. Some of the other ones, the professional ones, may be too powerful anyway.
Exactly. Right.
Girl, I had too good of a time. Like, it has been a struggle for me to get back into work mode this week. I had a meeting with my boss and I was like, I'm having swimming pool withdrawals right now. Like, I'm so sorry.
Love it.
I had such a good time, even though I think I may have got a little bit of a sunburn on my shoulder. It was well worth it. And I live my best life.
You're bragging out here. You're bragging out here, Ashley.
Hey, I'm not trying to brag. Y'all still in summer too. Y'all could have been pool lounging in Ohio. I know. It was a great time. Got some barbecue with the fam. I mean, it was just one of those good, nice, relaxing 3-day weekends, which I needed and appreciated. So thank you, Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
I hope our lovely listeners, which Delora, we still have never dubbed them anything. I feel like maybe the recappers or something. Y'all let us know if y'all have any names. We've been thinking about that for a while, but we hope you guys had a wonderful holiday weekend as well.
Recap Nation. I don't know.
Recap Nation. That's another one on the list. All right, so we have some headlines and some hot topics to discuss as usual. So first up, congrats to Cardi B and Offset on baby Dose, a baby boy who arrived in the world and shares a birthday with Queen B. Okay, that's major. Just in case your kid did not know, that was major.
So major.
They already share 3-year-old daughter Culture. Offset also already has maybe 3 kids.
4 other. This is chapter 5 for him.
So yeah, he had 3 other kids outside of his marriage to Cardi B. And congratulations again to the happy couple. Delora, anything to add to that? No name yet, by the way.
No name. I was surprised to see that she gave us a hospital photo. That was interesting to see. Super excited. I actually didn't know she was so far along either.
Yeah, I mean, she did look hella pregnant when she announced it, but you never know. You never know.
And it's none of our business, but I'm so happy that she's happy and healthy. And I have a feeling that Beyonce is not going to let his birthday go by without doing some acknowledgement. I'm sure privately, of course, to Cardi B and Offset.
Oh, I'm sure she sent some flowers with a signature Beyonce fragrance or something, keep it cute. Any predictions for a name? You think? We have Culture and
Culture too. I heard somebody say that the other day. Where was I? That would be too much. But I also knew a family who named their sons John and Juan. So you never know. I love them. Good friends, but
Oh, I was about to ask what their last name was, but I won't put them out there on the pod.
Not gonna do it.
My guess is Cartier. Culture and Cartier. That's my guess.
Well, no C's. It's gonna have to be a K.
They can put a K on there. It could be Cartier with a K.
Yeah, okay.
Because culture with a K. I mean, that's not how that's spelled.
Very true. Touche.
But yeah, that's just my goofy little prediction.
Watch his name be like Brandon or something.
Love that. I used to love me some Black Brandons back in the day. Where are the Black Brandons?
One of my first crushes was I take that back. One of my first crushes was a David, and then there was a Matthew. I was really good for crushing. Okay,
I love that your first and your last crush are Davids. What are the chances? That's too cute. David, stand up out here. Okay. All right, Delora, we have to move into a bit of, unfortunately, more somber news, and that is a rest in peace to actor Michael K. Williams, who was unfortunately discovered dead this week by family members in his Brooklyn penthouse apartment. The actor was 54. His death is being investigated as a possible drug overdose by the NYPD, and the medical examiner at the time of us recording was still investigating the cause of death. But, another great thing that I read just while I was looking into this is that his legacy may be solidified even more thanks to a criminal justice reform bill that Assemblywoman, and I hope I get this right, Rodneyce Bachot Hermelin in Brooklyn is working on, aimed at curbing the state's incarceration rates in honor of the late actor who grew up in her district. She said the Michael K. Williams bill will serve to reduce mass incarceration, which disproportionately hurts people of color and costs taxpayers millions of dollars. He basically used his fame as a platform to speak about prison reform, which I was completely unaware of. So it definitely sounds like it would be quite fitting to get his name on that bill, Laura, if it's able to pass. Additionally, Essence highlighted what they consider to be his 5 most impactful roles that he's done. The first one, I'm sure you're very familiar with, was from Lovecraft Country as Montrose Freeman. Number 2 was Bobby McCrae from When They See Us. Number 3, Freddie Knight from The Night Of. Number 4, Boardwalk Empire as Chalky White. And number 5, Omar Little, probably his most impactful and iconic role in The Wire. So I just wanted to pay homage to him a little bit, talk about some of his work. Guys, check out any of those if you're unfamiliar. Particularly, I've heard such great things about The Wire. And obviously, you speak so highly of Lovecraft Country. But anything to add to that, Delora, in the passing of Michael K. Williams?
I was stunned, Ashley. I was speechless. I was stunned and I was speechless. And the first thing that came to mind was Philip Seymour Hoffman. You know what I mean? And how
that unexpected.
Was the same exact emotions I had for his death as well. So for me, I never got a chance to watch The Wire. It's on my list, and I have every intention of watching it because for prestigious television, they say that that's one of the few shows that's genuinely good throughout. So it's definitely on my list. But I always heard about his performances, and I always thought he was a very interesting man. I mean, his scar was the first thing you saw, when you saw his face, and everyone who had anything to say about him has been overwhelmingly positive. And so you can tell that he was a gentle soul who probably wasn't able to find the type of peace that he needed here on earth. Much love, positive vibes, and prayers to his family, friends, and loved ones.
Absolutely. It's just another unfortunate person that we're having to talk about on the podcast who we're losing to drugs, and I hadn't known he had spoken so openly about his addictions and battles, but I definitely will and want to look more into his work now, because I too had The Wire on my list, just like I have The Sopranos and so many other critically acclaimed shows I just haven't gotten into. But to your point, I've seen so many tributes on social media from so many people, and one thing that really hit me hard that I saw on social media after he passed was I literally just want to see our Black entertainers live long enough to live to old age. And it's such a simple thing that just hit me so hard. Because again, we've had so many that we are lost to the same types of issues. And I just hope that I just hope that there's a possibility out there for, entertainers, for celebrities to find relief and peace when it comes to these sorts of things. I know it's an everyday struggle.
Alone,
yeah, I know it's an everyday struggle.
When it comes to our Black entertainers, specifically hip hop artists.
Yeah.
So many.
Again, it's an everyday struggle, not just as if it's in the world of celebrity, for everyday people as well. Yeah, and, absolutely. It just makes me sad every single time, I guess, is my main sentiment. It even reminded me, you talk about Philip Seymour Hoffman. Heath Ledger was one that just shocked me when he died suddenly. You know what I mean? And again, drug related, even though it was supposedly very accidental in his case. But yeah, I agree, Laura. Much love out to his family and friends. And again, hopefully we will continue to celebrate his legacy through his work and also through that criminal justice reform bill. So on to a bit more lighter subject matter again, Delora. Drake, Certified Lover Boy album has dropped last Friday and became Spotify's most streamed album in a single day. Now, as we know, there's been some bad blood and feuding going on between Kanye and Drake, so it makes sense that their albums dropped within a week of one another, and continues to be some kind of back and forth with their lyrics, and even Drake dropping that unreleased track, diss track. And just your thoughts, Delora, on both the feud, because I know you've listened to both albums possibly. And if you did listen to Drake Certified Lover Boy, what'd you think?
So it really took me watching a video on YouTube to help explain this feud between Kanye and Drake, because it wasn't exactly clear. Like, yes, I knew that Pusha T revealed Adonis to the world.
That was one of the ugliest rap beefs I have seen in a long time.
Very long time. And apparently Drake has been, pissed ever since, right? And he blames Kanye. But I guess there's a little bit of jealousy, apparently, from Kanye's side of things to Drake's success in some ways. And that was something I didn't pick up initially. Even when I listened to Donda, I didn't really pick up on that right away. However, listening to Certified Lover Boy, I was like, oh, I get it now. Okay. You know what I mean? And honestly, the one song that does it the most is 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, which is actually a really good song. So out of the albums, I wanted more of a themed album, like with a title like Certified Lover Boy. I was wanting more in that realm, and I didn't get that. You know what I mean? I got more of, honestly, his last album, Scorpion. And so it was fine. It was fine. I'm looking forward to Kendrick's album dropping later on this year. And based off of Andre 3 Stack's statement about being caught in the middle of a song that would have been a banger if Kanye wasn't so petty. He said that he wants to work with Kendrick, so hopefully Kendrick Lamar is able to put Andre on a track or two or something. I don't know. Anyway, my favorite songs from Certified Lover Boy. The first track, Champagne Poetry. Love the production of that. Fair Trade. I'm actually not a big Travis Scott fan, but I really like this song. As I mentioned before, 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. Love All with Jay-Z. Got to put that on there. Jay-Z's verse is fire compared to his verse on Donda. And Fountains. I love Fountains. So what about you, Ashley?
Girl, I'm glad you gave a thorough review, because mine is going to be much more brief. Listen here, guys.
I love music. And I to be fair, we haven't had this much excitement around music in a while. So I'm actually kind of,
and I totally get that. It is more, and that's the problem for me. It's more the hype than it has been the content, because again, I don't mess with Kanye like that. I don't mess with that dude. But I also was not super excited for Drake. Like, I like Drake. Like, when Drake has singles, I'm usually vibing out to him. But I guess as an artist, while I've seen some evolution in Drake, I still have not loved a whole album of his that I've heard. So, I didn't stay up.
Years in the beginning,
Well, in the beginning, when he was hungry, like it was a different vibe when you're a new artist, you know. But I will say I did not stay up till 2 a.m. to listen to this fucking album.
Negative.
I am not a
Neither did
I am not a super Drake fan. And then when I did listen to it on Friday, I was like, meh. I mean, I still only listened to the album once through. I have not given it that full car ride treatment, which makes a huge difference. So I will say that a thorough review is still TBA for me. But as of right now, it didn't move me. I think I chuckled on Poppy's Home just because I can't get over the fact that these artists just be calling y'all their sons out here and y'all just accept that. Like, these men be disrespectful to y'all. Y'all still standing for them, but whatever. I get it. It's the humor. It's cute. Whatever. Loved some of the features. No female artists were necessarily featured besides listening to some trash talk from Nicki Minaj. So that was a little disappointing.
Yeah, but was on there, but not the rappers.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing, but I just, overall, I cannot say that it moved me. I did hear that he sampled Sailing from NSYNC. And so I went back and listened to that song and I was like, I don't hear it though. I wouldn't catch it. Like as a production, I wouldn't catch it. But, as probably my favorite boy band of all time, appreciate the inclusion because they still, that Christmas album still goes and some of their songs still go to this day for me. But yeah,
Girlfriend.
I mean, there's some deep cuts like The Two of Us, Something Like You. Like, don't get me started, Delora. There's some deep cuts I still go to this day.
Speaking of production, did you hear that he has R. Kelly on the TSU song?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into R. Kelly on this podcast. That's a whole nother episode.
I know. But speaking of songs I skip all the time, especially after the initial listen, I don't listen to any tracks with Future on it. I just can't do it. And he's on the album multiple times.
The original communal Hollywood baby daddy. I get it.
Not the original.
Well, Nick Cannon's taken over that spot in recent memory. But that's really all I got for Drake.
You think his baby mama talking about she manifested having a baby by 30?
And see, I wasn't going to bring that up because I'm going to let her have her moment. I'm going to let her have her children and be happy and be blessed, sis. If this is the man you felt you needed to manifest your children with, God bless. He done been saying the same thing with 5-6 other women and some yet to be released babies. People got yet to be released albums. He has yet to be released babies. I'm still waiting to see who the next baby mama is about to be and what this next baby's name is about to be, because we just never know.
Has to be fire. His game has to be fire to be convincing all these chicks.
I feel like he may be finding women who are desperate, because I feel like every time I see a baby announcement, it's like, oh, this was my miracle baby. So hold on. Are you finding the women who didn't think they was going to be able to have nobody's kids? And then he was like, guess what? Nut, here you go. Like, I just... Those swimmers are strong. So God bless. Anyway, let's move on to our hot topics of the day, guys. The first one, Delora, you dropped this one in Slack, and man, it's a hard one to swallow. The Time's Up board has decided to resign. If you guys forget, Time's Up was formed in January 2018 as a nonprofit which raises money to support victims of sexual harassment in the workplace. In particular, the organization has raised over $20 million. Nothing to sneeze at, but the board has decided to resign en masse because of fallout from advising former Governor Andrew Cuomo when he first faced sexual harassment charges. In a statement, they're saying it's time for new leadership, blah, 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 blah. But the board members that are leaving include our girl, director and producer Shonda Rhimes, actress, my girl, Journey Smollett, Eva Longoria, Anna Navarro from The View.
I know, love Anna.
Girl, Los Angeles Times reported that many of the board members offered their resignations and that 4 are staying on to help with the interim CEO because their CEO also resigned, Tina. as a part of this, basically, she gave Cuomo advice. There was possibly some type of cover up or some type of way she was trying to get one of the ladies to not come forward. A lot of shenanigans that sound like they were going on within this organization, but it's just so upsetting. I will say that the rap Sharon Waxman probably said it best, in my opinion, when she said the idea that a group of powerful Hollywood women united in their purpose to protect women from all walks of life from a pervasive culture of sexual predation has died. Delora, give me your thoughts.
This was shocking, but at the same time, in some ways, it's not surprising because a lot of relationships between politicians and actors exist. You know, I have to admit, I knew she was stepping down, and my deal is someone didn't want to, like, snap in her face and say, why are you advising this man when you're head of an entire organization that fights things like this? The whole point is to believe women, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so that just is not a good look. But for the whole board, something must have went down behind the scenes. I do think there is value to phasing out leadership and having succession plans and keeping ideas and the think tank of an organization fresh and constantly moving. I think there's value in that. But this is a shocker. This is a lot. What about you?
I think it's so upsetting and unfortunate because when you have an organization like this that, Time's Up and Me Too has already been under scrutiny and, especially men probably not wanting these organizations to exist and all of this. We didn't need this, right? We did not need this type of controversy to come from something that was supposed to be so important and so beneficial. Yeah. And so
it was a beacon of hope,
monumental,
right?
Yeah, particularly because of everything in the past few years that have gone on within Hollywood, but just in general, you know what I mean? If this money that was being raised was really helping women to fight cases of sexual harassment and abuse within their organizations at the workplace, I mean, that's very important work. And it's just unfortunate that because of a politician like Andrew Cuomo brought some people down. Like, he about to bring down his brother. He bringing down the Time's Up movement. Like, I don't know what y'all saw in this man that y'all chose to have him be someone that you made an exception for, as particularly ex-CEO Tina. Like, what were you thinking, I guess, is my main question in terms of advising this man in this capacity? Because just because he's a Democrat, that's neither here nor there for me, right? That's neither here nor there. I don't feel like this exception might have been made by Hollywood if it were a Republican governor that were going through this type of scandal. And I don't take that kindly or lightly, because I do think that you're disregarding the situation just based off of who this man supposedly was. And that's very sad. So I don't know what's coming up for Time's Up, but I hope that y'all can get y'all sugar honey iced tea together and that this new board and new CEO can move y'all in a different direction.
One more thing to that point, Ashley, the movement towards women's equality, especially in the realm of sexual harassment, has taken some major blows this year alone, right? With Cosby being released and now this. Like, my hope is that this movement is sustainable, but only time will tell at this point.
Basically, again, especially when you have this talk of, the Tina had been involved in efforts to try and discredit his first public accuser, and that there were text messages revealing she had discouraged Time's Up leaders from making any public comment about the allegations. Like, you're flying in the face of everything this organization is supposed to believe in.
Yes.
And for what? And to what ends? You know what I mean? So yeah, Dolores, we're going to see, girl. We'll have to come back to this potentially in the future to follow up with you guys, but it's upsetting. All right. For our last hot topic, we about to go light and talk about Dancing with the Stars. As Delora and I talked about in our recap this week in regards to He's All That, Delora is an OG in the Dancing with the Stars game. And I'm new to this, but I'm true to this. Okay. We about to be in season 30, Delora, and the cast was officially announced on GMA. So let's talk about it a little bit, sis. All right. So we have, I don't know why they had to start the article. I'm reading a USA Today article. They had to start it with social media influencer Olivia Jade. Okay. Bachelor Matt James, the talk co-host Amanda Klutz, WWE superstar Mike the Miz Mizanine. We also have US star gymnast Suni Lee, YouTuber Jojo Siwa. We also have 90210 alum Brian Austin Green, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Kenya Moore, Cobra Kai actor Martin Cove, Dirty Dancing and The Office actress Melora Hardin, Brooklyn Nets basketball star Iman Shumpert, Spice Girls star Melanie C, aka Sporty Spice, country singer Jimmy Allen, TV personality from Bling Empire, Christine Chu. If y'all haven't seen, that's on Netflix. Really good. And really Peloton good. Instructor influencer Cody Rigsby. Delora, that rounds out our season 30 cast. Sis, as my OG in the Dancing with the Stars world, how you feeling? Are you excited? You got any early predictions? What you thinking?
Woo! So I've gotten to the point where I stopped making predictions on who's going to be, on the cast, because they've gone through different iterations and they're currently going through a remake or a remodel in some sorts, with this being the second season with Tyra being the host, right? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, JoJo making history, having a female professional partner.
Amazing.
So I will say it's not shocking to see the first Black Bachelor on Dancing with the Stars. This is going to be very interesting, though. This is going to solidify or break his place in our culture.
If he wins, it's rigged, because I know that Caitlyn won last season. I didn't know Hannah Brown won the season before that. Those are two bachelorettes. If Matt James wins, it's fixed.
Let's hope he actually can dance. But I'm actually looking forward to seeing Iman. Seeing how he dances. I know he's not going to want to embarrass his wife. Okay.
She said, "You better win." Why isn't Tiana on here? Has she already been on here?
Is he? No. Okay. But he's probably more of a face than she is. I'm sure she'll be on very soon. But they're trying to make them palatable because they have their reality show on E.
I've seen it. This is their second reality show.
It is. Yeah. The first one was like on MTV or VH1, or it was on VH1, and it didn't last very long. And so I was interested to see if the format was similar, but it's different because they have kids now, right?
Yes.
So
Lil Junie is a trip. She's a star.
I'm really interested in Sporty Spice. Although she's not my favorite Spice Girl, I just know that I want to see what she can bring to the table. And finally, Olivia Jade. I don't have any energy on whether or not she should be on here or not. I mean, I do believe in forgiveness. She's going to want to be in the public eye. It's not like she can go to college. Ooh, that was... Ooh. Let me catch myself. But it's interesting because I feel like her mom may use this as an opportunity too, because, she was the queen of Hallmark channel.
She was the queen of one of them for a little minute.
It should be good. Sometimes I actually enjoy seasons where there isn't a obvious front runner, although JoJo Siwa is obviously a front runner. But for the most part, I like these type of seasons because you get a chance to see an evolution, mm-hmm. in the dancer's progress. So I'm very open and happy. Melora, love her from our show, The Bow Type. So,
and also Jan from The Office is iconic,
Very much so. I also love her in the Zac Efron movie, 17 Again.
Of course. when she knew the little language that he spoke, I said, oh, you found your soulmate, sir. You found her.
Period. All right, Ashley, all you. What is it about this cast are you most looking forward to?
Oh, man. What am I most looking forward to? So, again, this is only being my second season of watching Dancing with the Stars. So I am most looking forward to another sleeper hit the way that Neve was last season for me. Like, I had no idea that Neve was going to show up and show out on Dancing with the Stars like he did last season.
Like, I need for him to do like a cheesy show so he can dance again. Because he was seriously. So good. He was so good.
He made me so happy every single week I watched. Like, y'all don't understand. Dancing with the Stars brought me such unexpected joy. So I am just excited to get to experience this again. I'm excited to go back to the ballroom. They haven't said whether there are going to be people that get to be in the audience this time, because last season, with my first season, it was unusual that there were no audience.
So weird.
Participants.
I'm so sorry that was your first season.
But it was still phenomenal. That's what I'm saying. If it was that good without an audience, I can only imagine how good it's going to be. So I'm excited to see it. I'm not excited by Olivia Jade being in here. It's to me more of a publicity stunt than anything, the same way we had it with the Tiger King chick last season.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's more so for ratings and to have, some controversy out there. But again, if Matt James wins, this ish is rigged because last season.
You have Suni. Suni is in there.
But is she going to do well? Because, we had Adam last season. Not Adam. What's his name last season who was on there who didn't make it as far as we thought he would? Not Adam. What's his name? The Olympic figure skater. I can't think of his name. It's not Adam Rapon because that's what I was thinking of. Yes. So we thought Johnny Weir was going to make it super far, right?
Yeah.
And he's a figure skater. He has the grace. He has the moves.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. The unexpectedness of the people you think are going to do really well. I'm excited.
Low expectations for Kenya Moore, though. Just FYI.
I hope this helps Kenya get over the hump of her divorce and possibly whatever she's going through personally. I'm sure she's going to look great every week. I have no doubt about that. She's going to be snatched. The hair is going to be on point, lashes,
booty,
everything.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then also, who are going to be their pro partners? What are the dynamics of the pairings going to be like? Who's my dude Artem going to be paired with? Because, I'm Team Artem out here in these streets. Because of the Bella twins. So
yes.
I'm just excited overall, guys. The season premiere is September 20th. So Delora and I will definitely be tuning in, and we'll probably have to do a micro dose of the first episode back and say what we think and what early predictions we have after we see these people actually on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything else for DWTS?
Nope. I'm just ready. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is it for us today for headlines and hot topics. We hope you guys have enjoyed. Delora, what are we about to be dropping on the next recap for these people?
I can't believe I'm going to say this, Ashley, but we are recapping Rodgers and Hammerstein's 1997 version of Cinderella. Impossible.
Y'all better get excited. The first Black Cinderella, Miss Brandy Norwood out here.
The only one I acknowledge. And I don't know about you.
The incomparable Whitney Houston.
The voice, Houston.
The goat of all goats in my life forever, never. I'm super excited. Dolores is going to probably talk about some other iterations, but to her point, Brandy is our forever Cinderella. Okay, guys? Yes. So stay tuned. We'll see you next time.